Hi, welcome back to Nellie's Bonsai. Hope you're doing well. Got a fun one today. Got a couple of little, well, one little and one medium, say, field maple forests that I've put together. This was the first one I did, and that kind of inspired actually. I thought maybe it was a bit small. Best do something a little bit larger that might suit the leaf size in future, as time goes on. We can have a little peek at the roots. I'm pretty sure this is fairly meshed together now. Well, not as bad as I thought it would be, to be fair, but you can see even after winter there, it's probably knocked back a little bit. Loads of new white roots and quite chunky ones as well actually, so it's trying. And you can actually see, as you look through the mass in there, there's loads of new little buds as well, forming up and down all these new these branches and trunks. So it still wants to have another flush. So yeah, quite encouraging. Aphids this year, absolute problem. I thought maybe it was a greenhouse problem with these, so they have sat in a shaded kind of corner. Well, not shaded, but not intense sunlight. Outside as well, it seems to be everything kind of plagued with them. Even on the juniper I've seen in my garden at home, some quite large, unusual aphids. And if we have a look at the slightly larger one, this is doing really well. You can see already this year, it looks like from there to there is all new. Maybe should have looked at this a little bit earlier, but not, in winter per se, but I'm sure there was things with this that I wanted to actually get bigger, or bulk up, sorry, to sort of balance the arrangement as it were. So we'll just jump straight into this. It's gonna take forever. I'm not going to cut any branches off yet. I'm just going to cut loads of leaves out so we can have a little peek in there. And you can see the stickiness on this leaf caused by the aphids. So even when you can't really visibly see them, you can see signs of them as well. So what I'll do, I'll cut a load of these leaves off anyway, so we can see what we're doing. And then when I spray it with some washing up liquid, it'll be a lot easier to get in there and kind of find them out. Because if you miss a handful, then they'll be back. Field maples, tough as old boots, it will kind of respond really well to this. Especially how none of the plants have been disturbed root-wise this year either. The roots, the engine of it is ready to go, as it were. It will soon put new leaves out. And I need to wire a few of these out as well, which I should have done earlier on, but we don't always get around to these things. Right, so a few of these chunky ones now. I think in all fairness, I'm actually quite happy with how that's looking through there. It's only a few of these weedier ones around the edge that we know we need to bulk up, that we'll leave. I'm quite happy to actually make a kind of first initial chop on some of these. So we'll start with the middle. So there's that bit off, and this is going to take a lot of them aphids out as well with that new growth there. So we'll get that swept up very promptly after this job. This one in the middle is very chunky already, so I'm going to cut it at the same height as the other one for now. I'm just going to where I can see some nice buds. And that one there, I think we'll cut one here, and I'm going to keep the other one. It's just sacrificial for now. So this won't look perfectly toned. That one there I'm fairly happy with now as well. rough cuts for the moment. That one I want to let get a little bit chunkier. It comes off quite a big one, which does actually need a little bit taken off of it as well. So that does need to be allowed to get quite a bit chunkier, that one. That one there I'm happy with. That there can be cut again. Just going to take it down. This is part of another one that again needs to thicken up. So we're identifying the ones that we want to get bigger here. That's really my main goal with this. That again there, we want that to get bigger. So these ones that we want to keep, we'll take the bigger leaves from within, but leave the mass on top, and then just let that grow up. And in fact, I will cut these back to a couple of nodes, just so we don't lose all of that. That one there. Yeah, a few of these here need bending out a bit, and some wiring in general. This branch here I'm just going to cut back because it's crossing through. This one's a bit annoying because it comes over in the way of that one. I think I'll be able to close that up with a piece of wire though, and maybe keep them two together. It's the only twin trunk one in there, it's unusual, but I think that'll look quite nice, so I think I will keep that. We will just bring those two together. Right, so not the most exciting task, but quite an exciting project as it were. The main purpose was to kind of open up the inside there, as you can see, checking on those trunks. Anything that's been left long, as I explained in the video, has been left long for a reason, just to kind of put some more vigour into that little tree, as it were, on these ones, or just thicken up part of the tree. It still requires some wiring in there, but most of this I want to do by chop and prune, or chop and grow, as it were. You can see they're quite angular on most of these anyway, apart from the very bases. But yeah, really quite happy with the, you know, from there downwards I'm happy. We just need to work on some kind of convincing canopy, as it were, now, or top. I do think this will just be kind of a dome thing though. I'm not going to work on the, you know, with some forests, obviously they're, although they're group planted, you know, you can see they're kind of individual trees and how they work and the depth. I think this I'm going to be aiming for the look of one tree made of many. And obviously, hopefully in the winter then it will have a really kind of nice, you know, structure to it. Where obviously during the summer this thing is going to be quite a, you know, a sea of green, as it were, as that kind of demonstrates. But should be interesting as the leaf size comes down. You know, as you see these smaller leaves, if we were to take every leaf off this and keep cutting every twig and not worry about shaping that for now and just keep hammering it back like that, the leaves would get small. I say part of that's, you know, that is leaving it quite ugly for now. It almost looks like we just come and made a mess of it, but in my mind I'm kind of I've seen through the woods, as it were, and kind of got a bit of a battle plan with it. So there we are, that little field maple forest. Like I say, I'll do some wiring and just, or sticks, or just tie them to the other one, you know, as it were, whatever's required to get that done. And then in a few weeks time, or maybe a week if I get time, we'll go back over that hornbeam forest that we put together a month or so ago, because it's kind of woken up now. Similar to this kind of thing, it needs some kind of just some adjustments, because obviously they've not long been planted, so if I get it there now it will stay there. Where this was quite a lot to keep an eye on, as it were, a lot of trees in a little part. Hope you enjoyed that one, and if you have, if you could give it a thumbs up, that'd be really handy. And if you're a new viewer, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you.